Let me welcome you to Detox Living with Coach Gessie, where we bring you tips, truths, and testimonials to power your toxic-free living. I am your host, Coach Gessie, fibroid survivor turned health activist and founder of the DetoxNow.com, a holistic health provider of education and supplements that were designed to help you combat the obesity, reproductive health issues, chronic diseases, and more that lead to lower life expectancy rates in our communities. So joining me now is going to be Maureen. I'm going to bring her on. Very excited. So welcome. We're going to get right into it because, it's a new year and everybody's into this new year, new you. Well, we're about this new year, health first. Yeah. Okay? That's how you're going to get to the new you. And especially, we've been talking, a lot happens during the holidays. And even when we're healthy people and we're striving to be healthier people, somehow the holidays they hit different, right? They hit different. And even when we don't do what we used to do, now our bodies are like, I expect more of you now. So you better not be naughty. So I wanted to get into your story because it's so powerful and so inspirational. And it's, I say not perfect because Maureen's always like, but it's not perfect, but you don't have to be perfect, but you just have to be real. Okay? Real. And you have
I want to be like you.
Girl, this ain't perfect. It's real
and discipline
and unfolding and child. So talk to the people and tell us, just who you are, how you got to the Detox Now. Let's start there.
Yeah. Hi again, everyone. My name is Maureen, and I'll start with 2015. I had an abdominal myomectomy because I had intermittent pain at like 2-3 o'clock. I remember like the time, 3 o'clock in the morning, like it started to get worse. And I was like, I need to take care of this. And looking for a doctor was almost impossible because they basically want to take your uterus out or do all kinds of things. And I was like young and didn't have children then. And I was like, I need to find the right doctor. And I was desperate to find someone. And finally, someone that I actually shot at, because I'm a producer, like Gessie mentioned, I shot at her doctor's office for a doctor scene for a web series. And I was like, hey, do you know any doctors who remove fibroids? And she was like, yeah, I do that all the time. I just did it yesterday. And I was like, what?
How old were you at this time?
I was in my 20s. I don't remember exactly what age, but I was in my 20s.
And all you were being offered at this time for fibroids was a surgery, but more aggressive. But you just started to ask around, advocate for yourself and say, well, I don't want what you're offering. I'm going to try to find something.
Yeah, it just didn't feel right. I knew that when I spoke to all these different doctors, they just didn't feel like they were on my side. So just from my gut feeling, I knew that I had to continue looking.
Okay. So you listen to your gut.
Yeah, it's important. Even though, I'm not that familiar. The medical field is not my area of expertise, but I knew that something wasn't right.
Right. But that's important because you're the first expert on your health. Yeah. The first expert, your body tells you, don't go, don't trust. So continue. You had a myomectomy.
I had the abdominal myomectomy. They removed it in 2015. I have a bikini cut.
Bikini cut.
And I mean, I had a flat stomach. Trying to get back to that in life, but I had a flat stomach, so it wasn't a big deal. And it was really a good cut. And then that doctor, when I told her that I was looking to get pregnant, she was like, don't worry about it. It'll happen. And then the don't worry about it, it'll happen was like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And I was like, I think I need to be concerned at this point. So I did the HSG exams, the saline sonograms, all that stuff.
And these are all tests that GYN's office will do, or fertility specialist office, to check to see if there's anything obstructing your fallopian tubes, test to check your hormones, check to see, basically a fertility workup. And I had the same, after I had my first myomectomy, they told me, oh, you'll get pregnant right away. And it was 5 years later and the fibroids came back and no pregnancy in between.
Yeah, yeah. The fibroids definitely come back. They come back aggressively. And also, I have
if you don't know what to do about them, which we do now.
Right. And also, like after my surgery, I went right back to an American doctor.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't know what to do about it. You had no prevention tools.
I ate poorly. I ate poorly, and I knew that I should not be eating that way after the surgery, but it was just like, okay, this is what I know I'm going to do. It won't hurt if I have like this burger or, you know, this chicken sandwich, this milk, whatever. It won't hurt me. And then, okay, so back to me.
And you didn't have any education around it. Like,
none.
This will lead to this. You were just like, I don't have any hard facts. I'm just going to go with what I know.
I mean, if we circle back to me finding out that I had fibroids, my cycle did not show up when it was supposed to. And at the time, I love to exercise. I happened to be running a lot on the treadmill at like a high speed. And so I heard something about sometimes that happens to athletes where their cycle skips because of how hard they're working out. So I thought that was the case for me, even though I wasn't an athlete. And I went to the doctor and he's like, my OB, and he's like, oh, you have a fibroid. It's small. Don't worry about it. And so I was like,
you have a fibroid, but guess what? Let's make some changes now so it doesn't become an issue.
Exactly.
That would have been a great conversation to have.
It's just so crazy how you don't get educated at your doctor, by your OB, and you don't really get educated by your parent or sibling because they don't know either, you know? Like my mom had fibroids, but it never bothered her in any kind of way. It didn't affect her. And so when he told me that, I was like, okay, I guess just don't do anything about it. But it grows.
It grows. And I had to have. You don't do anything. They grow.
Grow. And I had major surgery, like C-section type of surgery. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the blessing is that when I did have when I had an actual C-section for a child, you get into the child part. Yeah, let's get in between there. So let's fast forward. It prepared me for it. So that was 2015. Then I knew that I wanted to have a child. It wasn't happening. And I was like, I need to, try to figure this out on my own. And I was like, well, let me, instead of surgery, because I knew I never wanted to do that again, let me look and see if there's anything natural out there. So I went on YouTube and I came across a video of a woman who said she had 51 fibroids.
57.
And was 57. I always get the number wrong. 57 and eliminated 50. And I was like,
Annalise, our client.
Annalise. And I was like, who is this? What did she use? Right. I need some of it.
What is it? The Detox Now. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. That's how I came across Coach Gessie. And she has been in my life since. She's amazing. She's passionate. She's a warrior.
So what did that do for you? I mean, I love the love. What did that do for you? That'd be like, wait a minute, there's hope.
There is hope. Right. Yeah, I mean, I looked into it, and at the time, I don't even know if you still do these, but it was like a group consultation.
Yeah, every week
I'm like one of the earlier
group consults.
People. Yeah, it was a group consult, and we all had an opportunity to talk about our situations, and then
I recommend in the free group consultation. These happen every Monday. You can sign up for them because some people don't know what to do. They're like, I don't know what's right for me, or I need some guidance. We offer this support on a weekly basis, free, because some people are not able to do a private consultation, right? Yeah. But they can do this so that they have support. They'll know, what's recommended for them to help guide them along the process.
Yeah, and at the time, since the Detox Now has evolved since then, I think I got on the silver package or something like that. And then I just knew that I needed to do something to prepare my body to have a baby.
Right.
And getting rid of any fibroids that I knew grew back without having gone to the doctor. I was like, I need to prepare this body, period. And I did the 30-day water fast.
Before that, I think you had done like an IVF and it didn't work, right? Like you had done.
That's not what happened. So it was, they all kind of happened together. So I knew that I needed to prepare my body first.
Got it.
And
Got it.
then I
Got
did,
it.
I found a IVF center that did natural
Stimulation.
stimulation. And I actually did
Right.
minimal stimulation for IVF. I had,
That means less of the drugs.
it's not traditional, less
not
needles,
traditional.
less drugs, and
Mm-hmm.
I anything. If you see that I'm looking for something natural to get rid of my fibroids, obviously I wanted to do the same thing when looking
Fertility
to conceive.
support.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so I did the 30-day fruit fast,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't difficult for me because once I set my mind to something, I'm all in it 100%. And it wasn't the first time that I've done a fast either. I've done the master cleanse. I am Haitian. When I was younger, we took castor oil every year before going back to school. The big metal spoon, and it had the milk or the orange ready to gulp it down. Because it was just that bad. So, cleaning out my body isn't something that's new for me. I know that people say like detoxing is like a fad and et cetera, but we need to normalize it because it's really an opportunity to reset your body, give your body rest, and give it a chance to heal.
So how did this change your life? So you did the fruit fast, and then what happened?
I did the fruit fast, and then I did my first IVF cycle. It wasn't successful. The second wasn't successful. The third was. Did minimal stimulation IVF. Oh, I'm skipping over something. Right. So before that, I did do one more fibroid surgery in 2017, a hysteroscopy, DNC, which is just dilation and curettage. Yeah, so they open up the cervix, get to the lining, and scrape it out with like a spoon-like instrument. And so I had about 15 other fibroids.
Wow, little ones inside?
Yeah, inside. I think it was subcutaneous and around. And they just needed to get to one that was in the way. The doctor insisted that I get rid of that one because I wanted to have a success.
So you had fibroids that were like in the wall, not subcutaneous, you mean submucosal.
Submucosal, yeah.
Some in the wall, but the one that was in the way is the one that the doctor was saying needs to get to.
Yeah, and that was the hysteroscopy DNC. So that was removed, and then my third cycle came along, and that was successful. We did do a C-section, and I now have an amazing kiddo that I love. He's the best. He's healthy, and he's 4 now. Yeah.
Yay. But this now inspired you to continue on a detox lifestyle, right? Because we talked about a detox lifestyle. So you're like, okay, you know what? This was so instrumental in helping me get my baby. So now I know that this works for me, right? So, and, I've heard you say that it's like, okay, at least I know the tools to reset my body. And then you did the water fast and posted about it and got so much feedback about it. It was like, oh my God.
That was actually the second time I did the water fast. So I am now about to do the third water fast. I am waiting for it to come through my door.
That's it. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Okay. Thank you for your patience, everybody who ordered.
Yeah. So the first time I did the water fast for 14 days, it was great. It wasn't. There were days where I had a lot of energy, and there were days where I just made sure I went to bed early because also your body needs rest. So why not? Because you get to like expedite, your journey to day 14 if you go to sleep earlier.
So let me quickly just say that the water fast is our. So we have 3 different fasts. The detox now. One is our intermittent, which is our 7-day, which we say that's like the baby steps for people who just want to get started and not sure, just want to kind of dip their toes in. It's food, but it's during a certain restrictions of time. They could do it more mildly or they can do it more intensely. The I'll say the 30-day will end with the 14. The 30-day is our fruit fast, which all of these, they have supplements that go with them specifically to help provide the nutrients that you need on the fast, because people will try to do it and, you know, not have the proper supplementation that helps to actually help your body along with the process. And the 30-day fruit fast is for people who want an aggressive, they want an intense healing, but they want a less aggressive process. And you know, so they'll do it over 30 days. But then the water fast, that is what Maureen's about to talk about, which is 14 days. The Detox Now Water Fast 14 is 14 days specifically on 3 kinds of water: structured water, coconut water, and spring water. And the supplements that come with it are the balance supplement for hormonal balance, because it's important for, and strength for men. So it's balance for the women, strength for men, because you need hormonal support on the actual fast.
Which, by the way, I just have to interrupt and say that balance is my favorite supplement. My body loves that supplement. Whenever I feel out of whack and I take it, I kid you not, I feel better the next day.
See, it's true. It is, because so many things are connected to our hormonal balance.
Yeah.
So many things are connected to it, right? And then there's liver, there's gut. Liver is your number one vital detox organ. So it is repairing, resetting the function of your liver is critical in the fasting process. And then there's your the gut supplement and the chloretol that goes in the water. Those are and the blood supplement. Those are the supplements that go in the actual in the kit. So that's important to understand, that in the 14 days, this is an intense opportunity to really reset your body. So people feel like 14 days, no food. Tell them what the experience was like, Maureen.
First of all, I always get the question, like, is it just water? Just water? And I'm like, no, it's structured water with these supplements from the Detox Now.
Right.
Then you can also drink coconut water if you really run out of energy. And then there's the spring water. So, you know, so you know, the first, second, and third day aren't bad for me. Maybe 4 or 5, I might be feeling a little weak. And again, like I said, it's just me going to bed earlier to get
going
to
to sleep
14.
is important.
It is.
What? That's what your body repairs. Your body repairs when you're sleeping. So it's part of that healing process.
Yeah, exactly. And so once I get through the first 7 days, then I know, okay, I just have 1 more week to go, and I can get through it.
So for me, the hardest day is like usually the first 2 days. After that, the body is like, okay, it's getting stronger. It's getting stronger. And, you know, by day 5, I feel like, hey, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. By day 10, I don't even feel like I need to eat again. I feel like, wow, you know, this is pretty amazing. I feel so clear. But you share your experience.
I mean, drinking water is something that I don't do on a consistent basis. I am very, very bad with that.
You said that earlier.
Yeah, it's crazy. And when I do the water fast, I'm like, oh my God, I want to drink more water, and I get on a kick, because literally, like, you guys can see, like, I have dark circles. I'm older, so I do have like hereditary darker circles. But
y'all saw the video, because I posted yesterday how
I don't even think the video does justice, because, like, I didn't take those pictures well. Okay, so it might look like my face isn't really changing, but if you look at the first time I did the water fast and the actual video footage I have, which is on my YouTube channel, you will see that my face, I was shocked when I saw how much clearer it was under my eyes. Wow. My everything looked brighter. I was on a Zoom call with my kiddo's yoga teacher, and she's like, wow, you look brighter. I was like, yeah, I'm doing this water fast.
Come on.
And like, I didn't feel like, I can right now feel like when I bend my neck, I feel some kind of like pain, like the crinks, like I'm the Tin Man from The Wiz, and I need some oil. And when I did the water fast, it was like I felt agile, like flexible, like nothing was holding.
It's true.
I just felt like
because it's attacking that inflammation. That is a big piece. It is our most anti-inflammatory fast. Okay?
That part.
It attacks. So inflammation can show up as redness. It can show up as pain in your joints, in your body. If you've had like a break in your bones before, or like it can show up as, when you look at just even how people don't realize it, like, because what happens in the ketosis process after like day 5, your body starts to now, because it's gone through the phase of, using up your stored glucose, right? It's used your stored energy, and now it's looking for fuel to run on, because you're not taking in you're not taking in food, you're just drinking the water, you're taking the supplements, right? So now your body is scouring, looking for what it can use as fuel. And what it uses, typically speaking, is stored fat. All right. That's why the weight loss on the water fast is not the same as when people just have weight loss. People are like, I've lost weight before, but this is like, I look like all the inflammation is gone. Like the swelling in my frame is gone, right? Because it attacks that swelling, right? It really is a matter of how your body now, it's attacking. People have had fibroids being shrunk and dissolved, to tumors, like to cysts, right? To their blood pressure changing, cholesterol changing. Why? Because your body is, again, most conditions are inflammatory diseases, right? So it's now attacking that inflammation. And so when you said now you felt agile, that's because now your body was like, we're attacking all that inflammation that was really making you feel rickety and like pain in your joints, right?
Yeah, that's exactly how I was feeling. And then being on the water fast, I know people are like, how much, the 2 questions, is it just water? The second question is, how much weight did you lose? And
That's
just
always.
Yeah, I mean, it's a world that's obsessed with weight, but
right.
I never do the water fast to lose weight. I really do it because my body needs a reason, because I have not, and I think this might be the year, gotten to the point where I'm completely disciplined after doing a detox, and I'm really eating right, and I'm not ODing during the holidays and just eating everything from Thanksgiving to January to Soup Jumu Day. Like, it's like, I really want to just get to a point where I can just be very disciplined. Like,
but you know what, Maureen, I have to give you kudos because you keep resetting. All right. Like, that's an important piece. There are people who, just don't even make the adjustments. All right. So you're not going to be perfect. And that's really important because we don't realize it. When we just think these ways about ourselves, I'm just not disciplined, I keep messing up, I keep doing this. We don't realize that we're actually creating pathways of negativity that are stopping and hindering us, right?
Yeah.
So you have to actually, and we have to celebrate what we're doing right so that we can fuel it to do more, right? Like the growing part in you is that you are determined to not, you're relentless about, I'm not going to give up. That's huge.
Yeah, that's the growing part and the older part.
Somebody just gave you a see. Look, yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it. No,
don't that, and that's really important.
I'll tell you a fun fact that Coach Gessie and I have never met in person.
Never.
She's like a sister. Never met in person, but my sister did meet
But I've met her sister.
And my sister told me, like, she's really disciplined. Like, she had her own little plate of like vegetables. Like that. I mean, I want to get to that
what?
point.
Okay. So here's the deal. One thing you have to understand is because of all the complications in my health, I have severe things that happen if I'm not disciplined with my health, right? So if I'm not, and that's really human nature, is that we typically will make adjustments when we're in a crisis. Mm-hmm. Like, you were in a crisis, you went into super mode, you did what you had to do so you could have your baby. You were in that crisis, right?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to grow, to elevate to a place where we actually prioritize our health as part of a process and not a crisis.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we prioritize.
Basically.
Right. Proactive prevention. Our whole thing is Yes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, but a pound of treatment. We don't want treatment. We want
Yeah.
prevention, right? We don't want to be at the point where we're facing having to get treatment for something.
Yeah.
And I have seen so much sickness in my life, Maureen, from all the complications that started out with
Yeah.
fibroids. Started out with fibroids, a fibroid surgery that led to complications to another fibroid surgery that led to growing back 5 years later, that led to, oh, wait a minute, you had a fibroid surgery, and now they had to cut out 18 inches of your small intestine because you developed a small bowel obstruction. Like, and then that happened again and again and more. And then I also had a genetic disease that I learned when I had fibroids, that I diagnosed with kidney disease at the same time. So then you have kidney disease, but then you also have a gut issue now because you have only 3 feet, less than 3 feet of small intestine from all the surgeries, when everybody else has 20 to
Oh
25.
my God.
So, but it happened because of the slippery slope of me not knowing. I was eating oxtails every day. Now, listen, I'm not saying you can't ever eat an oxtail. Get it grass fed. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying I was eating no vegetables. I was dealing with a high stress life, growing up in a place where it was just very high stress, right? And then I also had my diet was highly, highly toxic. So, of course, the vitamin D deficient, all the things that attack our health. But now, if we can say, this is why I won't stop having these conversations and I won't stop encouraging you, because you could be like, I ain't got time for this. You wouldn't even be on this session. So kudos to you that you're even on this, right?
Yeah.
Kudos to you that you're doing this and that you continue to, you know, inspire people like your friends and your sister and your family. Like, you know what? This is what you can do. And you may not get it perfect because none of us is perfect. But you're making progress,
Yeah.
Maureen. And
I'm
I
always
need
touting
you to
progress.
celebrate yourself for
I
that.
do. I need to say what you said once, which is I will be the hero in my healing
That's right.
story. I do
That's
always think about that. I think that what forces me to get back into a detox is because my body is not feeling well. I feel like something is completely
I
off.
love
And that's what I
that you're
want to
listening to
start.
your body. I
Oh,
love
I
that.
do.
So
I listen to my body for
I want
sure.
to clarify the difference between a detox and a fast.
Mhm.
And, we've been talking a lot about, because detox is what your body does involuntarily. Your
Yeah.
body detoxes every single day involuntarily. Defecation, urination, perspiration, urination. Defecation, urination, perspiration, and respiration. Excuse me. Those are the four all the time. Your body's doing it all day long, all day long. But what happens with our toxic load, which is toxic lifestyle, toxic foods, stress, endocrine disruptors that we're being exposed to in our pear products and in the air and things around us. Vitamin D deficiency that is now too low to help our body fight the inflammation and keep our immunity strong. All those things, these imbalances, because that's the thing. This is the beautiful thing about it. We actually have the tools to help reverse that, right? Because those things now, they saddle our body's detoxification function. They hinder. It's like now your body's detox is like, I'm having to carry this elephant. Why? Because I got an elephant of detox I'm trying to drag, right? So then we need a fast, which is a voluntary process where we cease to eat certain foods or to abstain from foods, right? And certain beverages, certain liquids, and we take supplementation support. That is a fast that we're intentional about doing in order to reset the detox functions, to help the body now be effective in detoxing, right? So
Right.
when we do this fast, we're saying, you know what? I got to reset. Okay, I have to clean the
Yeah.
plumbing. I have to clean the drain because the drain ain't draining.
Drain it.
The drain ain't draining.
And we can't have that.
Yes, we got to bring in the fast, the Drano. We got to bring the Drano, right?
Yeah, so the water
And
fast is definitely my go-to.
there you go. So I'm excited. That means that you're joining us
I,
again this year, which is
I
great.
am.
And you know what? I don't want you to also, the stressors piece drives a lot. Your nervous system. I talked to you about that earlier this week. It drives a lot in terms of how we relate to food, how we relate to how we're able to respond to things that now trigger us. So let's be great. Let's give ourselves grace, right?
Yeah.
And let's celebrate what we're doing right so that we'll do more of it,
Agreed.
right?
Agreed.
So the last couple of questions. What has, being part of the TDN community, the Detox Living fam, taught you about healing your body naturally?
I would say that you can support your journey by being disciplined, by knowing what works for you, and understanding, like you said, that you don't have to be perfect, but that you just have to be intentional about how you want to live and how you want your body to feel.
So you have power. You have power to do that, right? You have access, but you need the right support, right? That's why we have all the support that we offer so that, I was talking to a client today and she had all these questions. I said, "You're not alone.
Yeah.
We've got you on this. You can do this," right? Because together we're all on this journey, but we need the right information. And if that's why we take the time to do these lives,
Yeah.
right? To to write to have the blog with all the information in the articles, to have the information in the podcast, to disseminate the information in the books and the manuals and everything, so that you now can become very equipped and know, oh, okay, now I've done the fast. Then we've got the lifestyle support for after the fast. Because the other thing people say is, well, don't I just gain all the weight back after? Because that's the first, like you said, that's like
Yeah.
the first thing they're concerned with. Well, that's why we provided a meal plan with a whole bunch of recipes and tools and food lists to say, you know what, let me make these kind of
Yeah.
substitutions, right? Because I'll give you an example. So my daughter I'm so proud of her. She's on Broadway. She is,
Yay.
yes, 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 yes. She is young Nala in The Lion King on Broadway. Let me brag on my baby. Here she is. She's in the. There's a little autograph. Anyway, so she noticed because I don't force lifestyle because people ask me this as a mom, is your child vegan? You know what? She's not. My daughter's not vegan. She is, because guess what? My husband is not vegan, meaning like he makes choices for himself too, right? And I don't believe everybody has to be vegan either. We've talked about that a lot this year,
Yeah.
that there are healthier ways to eat, and you have to do what your genetics requires for your body. So because of all the complications of my health, I am still plant-based, absolutely.
Mhm.
But we've made a lot of substitutions in my daughter based on her body's response to certain foods, right? And of course, I give her healthier options, right? So as she was, auditioning for The Lion King, she started to notice, that man, she was dealing right before that, she was dealing with congestion. And this is something that she was noticing. Wait a minute, she was congested, like she got a cold, but the congestion was sticking around, right? And then I was like, because I was saying, yeah, it's the sugar, it's the dairy, and it's the gluten. And she's like, no, mom, just don't, you don't want. And of course, we reduce these things, but they're not gone out of her life because she's got a dad, she's got friends at school, and mom is the only one, because the prophet is without honor in their own home. All right, I can preach till I'm blue in the face, but at home it's hard because they don't want to listen to you at home.
Yeah.
Right. So we go to the doctor. I took her, okay, take you to, because she started getting these spasms in her head, like kind of headache spasms. I said, it's the congestion. She's not listening to me. She's like, well, let's see what the doctor, my husband's like, let's take her to the doctor. Let's see what the doctor says. So took her to the doctor and he's like, well, we could put her on this meds. I said, you know what? This is what I think it is. I'm a health coach, this is what I think it is. I think before she gets put on any medication, let's just take a few weeks and make these modifications in the end. Let's see what that does. So we removed dairy, we removed sugar and gluten from her diet for a few weeks, just exclusively, not limited it, but really removed it, right? And all of a sudden she was no longer congested, and that's really important because of her voice, right?
Yeah.
So as she now she was now in the audition process for Lion King. And then she got it. She was like, oh, well, there goes the gluten, the dairy, and the sugar. Because she's like, I want that more
Yeah.
then I want the gluten,
That's
the
the
dairy, and
intention.
the sugar,
That's
right?
the
And
intention. Yeah.
that was huge. I was so proud. I was like, she saw for herself that because now she'll eat something. No, it's congesting me right away. Even if it says it's, so she'll be like, no, mommy, I feel it.
Yeah.
Because your body is telling you something.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. That's really important. And this is something that Angela, many people have mentioned about the fast. And I wonder if you would say the same thing, is that after the fast, now your body, when it's clean like that, because that is the most aggressive fast that detoxifies your body. Now when you reintroduce foods and things, your body is like, get that out of here. No, that doesn't work.
You don't even,
We ain't about that.
You don't even want to like put it in your body. Like the water fast comes with an assimilation.
The meal plan to break it down.
And it's
To break the fast.
to break the fast.
Because it's
So
a
you get
shock, so you have to slowly reintroduce food.
Yeah, reintroduce food. So it's like tea, and then the next day is like watermelon, then the next day is like a dandelion salad, and it's
salad.
So good. It's just so good. It feels good, and it just makes me want to continue. And at some point, I end up breaking all of that, like 3-4 months down the line. That's what I would like to avoid. And
but that is why you need to fast every quarter. See what I'm saying? Because then your body is now resetting again. You may not do the water fast every quarter, but you could do the intermittent fast. I actually do intermittent fast I live on the intermittent fast.
So why can't you do the 14-day water fast every quarter?
You want to do 14 days it's a very aggressive. You want to do that twice a year, okay? Because it's a very aggressive reset of your body, right? You can do, maybe 3 days of water fasting, in meaning like in a week, you could do 2-3 days. You could do on and off. You could switch, so if you want to say, you know what, this week I'm going to do 3 days of water fasting, and the rest I'm going to do, a modified diet or whatever. Or I can do so. You see what I'm saying? So what we understand is that once you are super clean and you've done the fast, then it's important to now use the information your body is giving you to create the diet that your body needs, right? So what do I mean by that is, so for instance, after you've completed the fast, you eat a food. You're not supposed to, when your body gets bloated, that is your body telling you, no, that's not good for you. I'm having a reaction. Bloating is, right? When your body starts to have bloating, it's like, nope, shouldn't have ate that, right? But what we do, we be like, I just need some Gas-X. No, if you need medicine to be able to deal with it, then there's a problem, right? So right away, if you had that, okay, maybe you say to yourself, I'm going to limit how much I have that. I'm not, because maybe you're not ready to give it up. Maybe it's, I'll have that once a month, or maybe I'll have that once a week, or I only have a little bit. It's about curating the right food, the right nutrition plan that works for your genetics, and listening to your body. Because when I eat wild rice, or I eat quinoa, and I eat my body's like, hey, we good. I love it. Yes, we're good. We're functioning. We're happy. I don't want food that makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
If it makes me feel bad, then it's something that is a treat for a little bit, and it's just limited, right? It's for something that's, a once in a while or something. And then I have to give myself space and time to get over it. Meaning, like, if I have a piece of birthday cake or something, right? I'm not having that on a regular basis. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
My body is not trying to handle that. See? So your body will tell you. You don't need somebody to tell you you need to be on a plant-based diet, or your body will tell you what you can and cannot eat.
It will. I remember when I did the 30-day fruit fast, that was the first time that I was introduced to all these different foods that I was like, oh, I didn't know about this amaranth grain and
right.
and all these other things. And then when I made the foods, I was like, these all taste really good. There are just so many alternatives now that you don't have to eat, Maureen, the chocolate chip cookie.
What's funny, I've had Insomnia does a gluten-free vegan chocolate chip cookie. And I'm not saying it is a healthy cookie. However, it is better option if you're like, you know what, I just have a feel for a cookie that's not going to send me down to hell. And what I mean by that is tell my body, put my body in a
Right.
tailspin. So for my daughter, that is her treat because it doesn't congest her when she has that cookie. It's not something that's going to be part of her everyday diet, right? Because it's still processed, you know what I mean? But it's still, there are things out there. There are, you know, vegan and gluten-free options that, and the reason is because your body will tell you when it's saying it's not. Like you'll start to get, my number one sign, I start to get congested and I start to get a runny nose. Uh-oh, no. If I start, I go, oh no, stop it right now. Nope, something's in there. They lying. There's something in there because I'm not going to go looking for just where I am in life. I'm not going looking for something bad, right? But typically, if I if I have to go, you got me. It ain't for me. If you gotta go,
for me, it's a pain in my stomach that I feel, and I'm like. And the worst thing is that even sometimes, like when I'm on my bad streak, if I feel the pain, I'm like, well, I started eating it, so I might as well just finish it. But I know that I'm feeling the pain after. It's just so, like, my goal is for 2025, God blessing, for me to get through the holidays without eating all the stuff that I've already eaten all my life. So it's nothing new. It's not like I've never tasted these things before. So it's like,
how about set your intention ahead of time? This is what I'm going to allow myself to have.
Oh yeah, I'm setting myself with that intention now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Setting yourself up to win.
I'll circle back and let you know how it
goes. Okay, so last question for you. What would you tell a woman on the fence about committing to the Detox Now water fast or one of the fasts to make this investment in her health to prioritize herself?
Okay, well, don't steal this, anyone, but self-care is a verb. It's mine. If you love yourself, you'll take care of yourself. If you want to be here for yourself, you know, if you're a mom, a sister, whatever you are, you have to love yourself first. You come first. You have to be, you know, you're putting your mask on first in an airplane. So take care of yourself. And that should be your motivation that you are important. And so your self-care is a verb.
The verb.
Yeah.
So do it. So do it. So what do you want? If you want to do it, I pinned the URL at the bottom at the detoxnow.com/reset. Brings you all the different fast options. But if you just want to take our quiz to see what's right for you, you know, because guess what? We're starting the year off, but whenever you listen to this, it's the time for you to reset.
That's true.
Whenever you may listen to this a month from now, feel like I missed everybody else. No. We are resetting throughout the year. There's support for you throughout the year. We have a team of people who are here to support you throughout the year. It's a lifestyle, okay? So go run to the detoxnow.com, take the quiz, all right? Let that be your first step. And it will help you to determine, okay, you know what? What's a good place for me to start? And then register for one of our free group consult or free consult options. And then once you do that, you will talk to someone that will help guide you in determining what's the most important thing for you to do based on your needs, your case's needs, and what you feel is most important. Because together, it is your input and your need that drives the plan. That's the bottom line, right? So we love you. I appreciate your time, Maureen. I appreciate more than that. I appreciate your trust in allowing me and our team and our community to be a part of your life, because you are why we do this. Okay, you are, and I'm playing the movie forward. 2025. I'm setting my intention with you that next year you're going to be looking back and feel like, you know what, I am now seeing the good ground, looking at good ground where I have grown more of the health practices that I want. I've done a better job listening to my body and not muzzled it. You know, don't be, what did I usually say? I said, don't be the the what is it? The don't be the accomplice in the story of your disease, and
Oh,
instead be
that's
the hero in the story of your healing.
healing. Oh,
So
I
asking
didn't
yourself,
get that first part the first time you said it. But you
girl,
know what?
don't be
I
the
have to say
accomplice.
that, you're thanking me for being a part of the journey, but then also, let's just be clear. You have supplements. You created a program that actually works. Everybody's body is different, but I know for me, I was intentional about looking for something natural, and it actually, with God's blessing, worked for me. And it continues to work for me, which is okay. So before we go, yes, before we go, I wasn't even going to do the water fast. I if you look back at my order, I ordered balance, I ordered mass, which I didn't even remember I had. I ordered joint health, I ordered for my mom, and I ordered
Mom's gonna love joy health. It really works.
mhm.
If you are in any pain, quick testimony here. If you are in any joint pain, back pain, I have heard so many testimonies that they're like, "What is this? A miracle? What is going on? How in the world?" It really works. It really works. Okay, go ahead, say. So
Yeah,
you
and
ordered joy from mommy.
the last supplement was fibroid. And so I ordered all of those supplements, I want to say last month, and have a cyst that actually develops like behind my back, which I'm like, oh my God, what is
On the
this? And then I
outside?
immediately on
Is
the
it on the outside?
no, it's on the
Okay.
inside. It's on the inside. I feel it. And I was like, what is this? And the first thing I thought about was, oh, I got to get to my Detox Now supplements.
Aww.
But wait, the other part of it is that, so I had just ordered all of those supplements. I wasn't ready to start because I was still kind of in the throes of eating poorly from the holidays.
Hold on, let me just get a little bit more to soothe you.
Exactly. And then I was like, oh, I got a cyst. I need to do the water fast. I need to get
you were like, I gotta
but
get to this work.
Reactive thing. And then if you think about it, the fact that I just spent money on these supplements and I'm now spending new money on the water fast. Listen, my health is important to me. So like if people ever say anything about the cost, so that doesn't matter to me, because and the cost is it's very reasonable, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter. My health, you can't do anything if you don't have your health.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's crazy. Well, here's the deal. We're excited. Yeah. We're excited to, to be really continuously partner with you on you and with I love the fact that it's affecting. I say when you affect one woman's life, you affect the whole community, because you affect the family, the generation, the community. Because we're always like, what? You need, you ever watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding? He's like, you just need to put some Windex on. Hold on a second. You just need to get the balance, girl. You're not taking balance. Get over here. Hold on a second. Balance. You need balance. You need balance.
Tell everybody about it.
I be telling y'all. So my daughter, got her cycle. It's like, oh, you need to take a second dose. She was like, okay, mommy. So now she's understanding. She's like, I'm getting it, mommy. I'm getting it. And she's making these decisions on her own. Do you have
your daughter taking balance if she's, on her cycle, and if
she takes balance, she takes gut. She's 12. She takes balance. She takes gut. She takes multifamily, the multivitamin every day. And then she takes, what's the other one? Those are the three: multifamily, balance, and gut. Those three. Those are her main ones. Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
We don't want to keep people, but
huh? What'd you say?
Don't want to keep the people any longer.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody. So I'll tell you again, that if you are going through any kind of health issue, our team, our family is here for you. Just go right to thedetoxnow.com, take the quiz, or register for one of our free group consults, or register for a private consult if that's what you want. And our team is here to support you in helping you know better and do better so you can live better.